Welcome to the 2022 Minnesota State High School League Section 4AA Boys Hockey Quarterfinals on VAC TV. This event was sponsored by the Bayport American Legion and the River Dogs Catering and Event Services at the Bayport American Legion and Pictures Over Stillwater.
Every story has a beginning, middle, and end. Tonight, we begin the postseason chapter of high school boys hockey. The Stillwater Ponies and the East Ridge Raptors, the 2 seed and the 7 seed. The winner gets White Bear Lake in the section semifinal round. I'm Mike Beaton, and I'm joined by a man who knows a thing or two about hockey, Mark Hodgins. Mark, thanks for joining us. You saw these two teams. In fact, you called the regular season series between these two. What should we expect tonight? East Ridge retooling a bit, and Stillwater, they're the 2 seed, and they have a lot of talent up front.
Yeah, hey Mike, thanks for having me tonight. I did call both of these teams kind of the polar opposite. Stillwater 16-8-1. They won both games 5-2 and 6-2. East Ridge has gone through up and downs. 3 wins to start the season. They went on a 5-game losing streak. They lost 7 and they won 3 to finish the season. So up and down. A lot of injuries. Grant Conan back as starting as center, missed 10 games. He'll be a pivot tonight, but East Ridge is going to have to stop the top 2 lines for Stillwater if they're going to have a chance tonight.
And those top 2 lines include Carter Bees, Cam Briere, Riley Scusa. Briere leading the team in goals, 20. He came up big in the game over Woodbury a few weeks ago. Stillwater with possession as we are underway. 17-minute periods. As you know, the only difference this time is the winner moves on and the loser has their season come to an end. And a quick line change for the Ponies. Less than a minute into this first period.
Quick offside there. You see the speed early on. Greg Zander looks like he wants to play dump and chase for East Ridge. A starting lineup of Kramer, Landon, and Cronin responsible for the majority of East Ridge scoring. If East Ridge is going to go tonight, that line has to go.
Face off at the neutral zone, and we'll do this again. For East Ridge, the player to watch, Nick Landon, 14 goals, 14 assists on the season. And you mentioned Grant Conan, affected by injury, but he can be another source of offense for this Raptors team.
The Raptors scored less than 2 goals a game, so an Achilles heel for them for sure. They scored 7 though against Irondale in their last one, so maybe the offense found its strike. But on the year, goals have been in the premium, and tonight they're going to need a few to beat this Stillwater Pony team.
Ponies applying a lot of pressure in the attack zone. Pass up front to Ethan Mosley, almost had a look opening. Shot from deep, frozen by East Ridge's goalie, Jack Hodges.
Early on, that was a good save. Kick sticks on the way through there. You can see right away, though, Briere had a good chance right on the doorstep. Mike, we talked earlier in the pregame before we were live on air that East Ridge graduated 13 seniors last year. 7 of them defensemen. They have 6 players this year for the first time playing varsity. So definitely something that Greg Zander is going to want to expose, and I think early on the dump and chase is showing that.
Baptism by fire, if you will, on the part of East Ridge, especially with a section that includes the Blue Bloods of Bill Murray, Stillwater, and White Bear Lake. East Ridge on the move. That's Landon. They're wearing the black with the gold trim. And we'll have a face-off in the Stillwater zone. Thomas Anderson, the goalie for the Ponies, logging nearly 1,250 minutes.
He's had a very nice season in net for the Ponies. Anderson has big body, big frame, plays as technically well right there. You see Landon from a bad angle. No problem for Anderson there.
913 save percentage in the regular season, of course, as you know. All stats are tabulated and are added to each player, so there is no separate distinction between regular and postseason. Stillwater looking to apply more pressure in the attack zone. Picked up by number 15, Braden Winter for the moment. On the puck in the far corner. Ethan Bernier, he had a big role in that win over Woodbury. Turnover. Raptors looking to pounce, but nice job by Grant Miller to cut off Dylan Tomaska. Tomaska not giving up on it, as Eastridge looking for a counter.
So both teams have all 4 lines now on the ice. Everybody's got their legs underneath them. Early on, you see the shots from the points. 3 of them already deflected. 1 saved by the goalie and the other 2 just wide. Zannon's coached this team well. The shots from the point, low finding sticks. I won't be surprised to see a few of them tipped in.
Incidental, but we're talking about everyone getting their legs under them. In that case, those 2 literally got their legs underneath them, but it's Eastridge who wins the faceoff. Goes back out. This is Will Primusberger. That puck goes behind the net. Pass back out. Now the Ponies have it. Look to make a run. To Mosley. Into the near corner. Recovered by Aiden Anderson. That's up front. Shot deflected off the stick of Hodgins, and we'll have a face-off in the Eastridge zone.
Tecito right there goes high shelf. He did that against Woodbury twice. We talked about that in the game we called. He loves that low, short-angled shot, and he's got a wicked snapshot from 15 right there. Woodbury or Eastridge cannot let him dance in there, or it'll be a long night for the Raptors.
Tecito with 14 goals on the season, and he's also an accomplished lacrosse player. No matter which stick he holds, he can always do some damage. Eastridge, I'll give you this, Mark. They're showing a little spunk here. Maybe not a sustained attack yet, but they've been getting a few looks in the attack zone.
I think Coach Dustin Vogelgesang, in his 6th year, he's got to be happy. He actually came up before. Mike, we talked to him briefly. Said his team had a good week of practice, and he felt good about his team. He knows he's an underdog tonight. He wants his team to play calm, cool, and collected, give 51 minutes of effort. And the game will be what the game will be. You got to like that.
You never know. Eastridge on the run.
Great
Stillwater
play.
intervenes.
Roski with a great play going prone.
And that might not show up on the stat sheet, but that is a key defensive stop for the Ponies. And our first penalty will go against Eastridge.
Stillwater's power play, Mike, 22.2%. If I'm Eastridge, you don't want to have that lineup out there too much. They've got 2 strong power play units too, so. Advantage Stillwater here at the 13:01 mark.
Molifica going to the penalty box for 2 minutes. First power play of the game.
As we said, won't be surprised here. A lot of traffic in front. Shoot for sticks from the point as they set up at the top of the umbrella here.
Holding was the call. One-timer, wide left. Not by much. Solid power play so far for the Ponies.
Traffic in front, like we called. Tipped right there wide. Sustained pressure for 40 seconds here for the Ponies.
Lindbergh from the point, deflected by Hodgins, but Lindbergh doing a fantastic job sitting at the offense on this power play. And there he is.
What a shot. One-timer from the far right side. That's a rocket from
Ethan Mosley, the 6'2" senior.
That's next level type shooting right there. That was a hot pass and he one-timed it. No chance for the goalie there on a tough angle.
Cross-ice pass from Anderson to Mosley, and you also have to give props for Lindbergh. He looked in complete control on that power play set.
We talked about it. The power play 22.5%. 1 for 1 tonight. Eastridge will be well warned to not take unnecessary penalties, because that power play just showed you 45 or 50 seconds before the goal went in. 2 or 3 shots on net, dominant that power play for the Stillwater Ponies.
22, so that works out close to a goal every 4 to 5 power plays. That's a pretty good ratio. And the Ponies take a 1-0 lead on the power play goal. Ethan Mosley, Aiden Anderson, set him up. Mosley scoring his 12th of the year. Right now we've got a scrum for the puck. Along center ice. Ponies almost had a transition look there. Eastridge bounces it off the plexiglass. Lindbergh will also get credit for that assist.
Great setup on the power play. Zanin, it's interesting how that one, they started off the top of the umbrella looking for sticks from the top, a couple of shots tight, and then they spread the Eastridge Raptors out. Mosley at the half boards. Again, still daunted. That shot was a next level type rocket. No chance for the goalie. On a pretty hot pass, Mosley handled that and finished cleanly. Here you see him spreading it out again. You see wide here, very wide depth between the defense. It's a unique look, different than what I've seen from Stillwater. Might be Zanin's thought about exploiting that defense, making them go to the corners and stretch the Raptors out.
Open up some shooting lanes. Eastridge with the puck though. Not for long. They do bat it away. That was given Downey. Gets ahead of Anderson, and we'll have a stoppage in play with 10:36 left in the first period.
So far, all Ponies. Shots on goal, 5-2. I think a couple other ones might have hit the goaltender there, but a lot of deflections in front. Tough for the shot counter to see it, but as we said, a lot of traffic in front of the Stillwater zone, or instead of the Eastridge zone by Stillwater, but the Raptors came out in the first minute and a half. They had some energy. They got to refine it now at 10:36 in period number 1.
Face off in the Stillwater zone following the icing call. And that puck goes out of play into the bleachers. And for the moment, a younger fan has got possession of it.
The souvenir puck that goes home.
So he gets to keep that.
Big hit. That's the penalty there. They don't like it. Tomaska's got to back out of there. He's got a power play for the Raptors here, as I think Wyden took a heavy hit on the boards there. Likely to, but his back was turned, so we'll see if the referee gives him any more.
Lindbergh to the penalty box, and you're right, Mark. Tomaska didn't like that, took exception, but you have to be careful. The one thing you don't want to do is give up a power play opportunity when you're trailing 1-0.
So we talked about Stillwater's power play, 22.5%. Eastridge, again, struggled with it. They're under 9% on the year. They did get 2 power play goals against Irondale in the last game, though, but it has not been as potent. They need to turn it around, and they'll bring out the top line, but they'll put Grant Conan back on the point on this one. They'll bring his brother Blake Conan up out front.
Lindbergh called for interference. This is the first power play for the Raptors. Follow up on Mark's point, Eastridge has 2 sets of brothers, the Conans and the Tauschers. A little bit of a slip up on that pass there. The Ponies corral it. They've got some speed, as Carter Bees is demonstrating. And right now, he's just content to eat up time and make Eastridge chase him. Puck goes behind the Eastridge net. As you know, of course, no icing when you're on the penalty kill. Here's Grant Conan. Stillwater diverts him away. Now the puck goes behind the Stillwater net. We've got another scrum. Won by the Raptors. Pass back out to Knutson. Over to the left side. 52 seconds left in the power play. Passing along the perimeter.
Good try there. He's trying to find Kramer. Different than Stillwater. Not a lot of net front presence for the East Ridge Raptors. Thomas Anderson able to see it from all over.
Braden Wenner picks it up, clears it, and with 20 seconds left in the power play, both teams will change their lines. And it looks like Stillwater will kill off the power play without sweating a whole lot. Like you said, Mark, not a lot of presence in the front of the net for the Raptors, and the Ponies kill off the power play.
Yeah, it's been an issue all year. As we've said, they have struggled on the power play this year. The Raptors have under 10%. And I think right there you saw some of the struggles.
The Ponies were looking for an opportunity, and it's getting a little chippy here. Cam Briere, he got tripped from behind, and then he gives a little shove to East Ridge. There's some frustrations. Of course, these are conference rivals, but
yeah, Briere shows his speed, though. He got Gus Brigade flat-footed there on the pivot. Brigade tried to take the angle, and sticking the feet's the right call by the referee, but East Ridge saw the strength of the Stillwater penalty, and right back they give him another opportunity. They bring back out the same power play with Bees, Scusa, and Mosley on the right-hand side.
Gus Brigade, 2 minutes for tripping. Zagorski, lead pass, and
quick whistle there.
Yes.
Referee blew it down as he thought the goalie was going to knock it down. Again, you see the power play setup. The first setup was right on the top of the umbrella. This time they've got Roski and Cam Briere spread wide. So we'll watch it again to see if they try to move it. Interesting setup here as they'll try to move that box out wide and fire from the corner. Tecito out this time on the power play unit for Stillwater.
Puck is loose, corralled by the Ponies, tied Tecito.
There's the traffic right in front. Hodgins not able to see it with Carter Bees right in his face.
Tecito again, fires high.
Stillwater again dominant on the power play here. They've had it in the Raptor zone for 40 seconds, tried to wrap around there. As Scusa came out of the corner, East Ridge needs to get a breath here, and tired legs on the East Ridge Raptors.
Another shot from the point, and Stillwater capitalizes on the rebound. It's 2-0.
I was just going to say, that glass is like rubber, came right out into the blue paint off the power play. That one hits the glass and fires right back out to the blue paint. Going to have to watch that. In the power play again, East Ridge sets up the Ponies, 22.5%, 100% tonight.
That's a percentage you'll be happy with.
Just the way Greg Zanin would have wanted drawn it up here. 2 power plays, 2 goals, and his team's out front.
And 2 different approaches, as you noted. The first one was more of an umbrella set. That last one, they put in Tecito, and he brought the aggressiveness up front, put on the pressure, and
yeah, that one's a tough break for East Ridge. Tecito fires it high off the glass, but the lively boards here at the St. Croix Rec Center, and you saw it right there, bounces right back out into the blue paint. Scusa, right place, right time, and he makes no mistake.
Ponies on the move again.
That was offside by about 6 inches there. The ref missed it. He was in too deep. So Stillwater gets a break there as Mosley came in on the right-hand side, but no harm, no foul as the shots corralled by the East Ridge goaltender. And we're going to face off to the right-hand side. So if you're coach Dustin Vogel-Gazang, you're down 2. You know scoring is your Achilles heel. You got 2 shots on goal so far through the first 10.5 minutes here. You almost got to throw caution to the wind right here and try to get a break here, get back in this game. 3-0 is a tough lead for the East Ridge Raptors to come back from.
One-timer off the face-off. Saved by Hodgins. 2-0 to score, 6:23 left in the first period. Riley Scusa doesn't score a lot. Picked up that last one. He has over 20 assists on the season as well. He and Carter Bees can set up their teammates nicely.
The depth of the Stillwater scoring is something. 11 players over 15 points, 9 players over 20. So they have depth for Greg Zannon's Ponies.
Change at the face-off circle. Stillwater wins it after the momentary pause.
Stillwater winning the puck races as well. They're the faster team in the short distances, and here comes another great opportunity. Shot that one, didn't miss by much.
Faster speed, shorter distance, that makes for a potent combination. And that's why they have the early advantage.
Nice play by Downey there. He doesn't make that play. Stillwater's in 2-on-1.
And a check at the boards, delivered by Ben Peterson. And we're going back to the East Ridge zone following the icing call.
We talked about the young defense. You see one of the major issues is the breakout. They've struggled to find a way to move it against that tough forecheck. We talked about Stillwater, faster to the puck, winning the puck races, and when you've got a young, inexperienced defense, that magnifies that speed, and I think Greg Zannon zoned in on it early on, and you can see Eastridge icing the puck rather than having smooth breakouts and transitions.
.5:10 to go. Puck was loose for a moment. Eastridge will try to set something up, and every time you're talking about those races, Stillwater winning them. Every time Eastridge tries to bring the puck up ice, there's a Stillwater player who intervenes. Stillwater dumps it behind. And the Raptors just can't get a lot of rhythm going. There's Carter Beads.
Good save out front. That was a tip-off Briere. That was a big save.
Eastridge staring at a 2-0 deficit.
Another penalty.
And another power play. Ponies 2 for 2. We've seen them run a couple of different formations. What do you think we'll see in this third power play?
Well, I think it's working, so I think they're going to stay with what they had. I mean, the last goal is a bit of a fluky goal, comes off the glass, so hopefully the Eastridge goalie knows now that the boards are lively like they are, but there's a perfect example of winning the puck races. Primusburger loses that race to Scusa. He tries to get back in front. He has to haul him down, and little things that matter, and right back to the power play goes Stillwater. But it all starts back at the Eastridge defense. They're just not able to, in their own zone, win those puck races.
2 minutes for tripping on Stillwater on their third power play.
So there you see the breath. That's right where Mosley scored from again. Zannon's got him back out again. And Eastridge now has to pull out. You see Laddie has to come out of his box to get the shot there, and that's what sets up there. So smart play by Zannon. He keeps Mosley out wide, right? He keeps Aiden Anderson out wide left, and you saw there Blake Laddie for Eastridge pull out. It's exactly what happens. When that happens, the middle of the pipe opens up. So I think you're going to see that happen next. You saw Mosley shoot from the right boards. We're likely going to see some plays back to the center as Eastridge gets spread apart.
4 minutes left in the first period. Eastridge gets a much-needed clearance and time to change their lines. Almost a handling error on the part of the Ponies, but Aiden Anderson recovers.
But even there, you see it. That could have been another penalty on Eastridge. Referee decides to keep his whistle on his side.
Close call for the Raptors. They do get it back behind the Stillwater net, giving him another chance to change it up. 1 minute left in the power play.
Doing a better job here, Eastridge. There you see the neutral zone. They're clogging it up. Stillwater not able to make the transition. I think you'll see Zannon next time on the power play have his defense skated all the way up to center ice because they had difficulty moving it through the neutral zone there. The defense has been out here, though, for this entire shift, over a minute 30. Tired legs in the defense. That might catch up to them here.
25 seconds in the power play. Well, they might get a chance to recharge those legs for a moment. The faceoff coming up in the eastern zone.
Coach Corey Pearson, who runs the defense for the Eastridge Raptors, is going to keep out Begay and Primusburger, even though they've been out there for an extended shift here.
Raptors doing a much better job clearing the puck on this power play than they have in the first two.
There you see Scusa, though. He gets behind the defense here as Jan and spreading them out. And they've talked about it right there. So we said they're having difficulty getting to the neutral zone. Cambria carries it at 150 feet on his own. And I think that's a good adjustment by the Ponies and Greg Zanin.
Eastridge back at full strength.
Good save there. Two of them in a row there as the Bees was right on top. That's two big ones in this 11th shot of the period.
Ponies still have the puck. Bees in the far corner.
Good hustle by Downey from Eastridge. He's going to activate and join it. Roski, nice hit on his man too.
Roski, one of the big names for the Ponies this season. 1:55 to go in the first period. Stillwater
out front. Oh, Scusa was wide open if he had it.
We're almost at him. The Ponies back to applying pressure. Left in the first period. Scrum in the near corner. Ponies scoop it up.
And here you see the problem we talked about. They can't get it out of their own end. That pass up the boards from Primusburger. He passes it to Tomaska. Tomaska's coming back in to face the play. He doesn't realize that not only is he being checked as a pinching defenseman, so a bad read back there by the defenseman for the Eastridge Raptors. He reversed it. The play was started off well, but as the second pass got him into trouble and a shot on goal out of it. So as we talked about, just making the right defensive plays. Stillwater's got a little bit more veteran defensive club. You're seeing better breakout plays by the Ponies so far tonight.
Just over a minute remaining in the first period. Here controlled by the Ponies, but Eastridge sensing a turnover and a possible counter opportunity. Once again, Stillwater winning the majority of those puck races, and when you can do that...
Kramer got dumped in front. Could have been a penalty on Stillwater. They avoid one. Referee looked right at it.
Stillwater catching another break. They are showing a lot of hustle here, as you were saying, winning a lot of the puck races, and when you do that, you can control the tempo. 30 seconds. He took a push off, but it's Eastridge who picks up the puck.
Nice hustle by John Kramer. Good one-handed effort as Tecito had a chance to break in. Here they come in 3-on-1 though.
Anderson with the hook up with Tecito. 5 seconds, Tecito with a hit. Will bring the first period to an end. A first period dominated by Stillwater, spending a lot of time in the attacking zone. They hold a 2-0 lead over the Eastridge Raptors. Mark and I will be back to break down the first period. You're watching the Section 4 2A Boys Hockey Quarterfinal on Back TV.
The opportunities that our students have to learn and grow on a daily basis through all of our physical education and health courses is second to none. We're very fortunate and we're thankful to be able to take advantage of all the learning opportunities that we get to create and share with our students.
For personal and community health, we hit all the national standards, including the mental health standards. We as a department think it's important to try to eliminate the stigma attached to mental health, and we do a lot of different activities and learning that will help empower students to help themselves and to help other people.
It's really important to teach our students a necessary decision-making decision-making skills regarding alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs. We also have people come in from a program called Know the Truth. They have graduated from a rehabilitation facility to overcome their substance abuse disorder.
Our sexual health unit focuses on communication and respect, both for ourselves and for others. Students really reflect on their personal values and their viewpoints to make healthy decisions surrounding their sexual health.
In nutrition, our students will learn to develop the knowledge and skills that will be needed to help them to make healthy food and beverage choices throughout their lives.
The primary purpose of the American Red Cross First Aid, CPR, and AED training is to help students recognize and respond appropriately to cardiac, breathing, and first aid emergencies. All students will have the opportunity to be certified if they desire.
The goal of our Fitness for Life class is to encourage students to develop and maintain a health-enhancing level of fitness, along with discovering activities they may want to do and continue to do once they graduate from high school.
Our weight training course is designed to help students develop basic and advanced weight training techniques and to understand those concepts to allow for fitness and health growth and development. Students will take ownership through SMART goals by developing their own SMART goals. It's individualizing and taking ownership of their learning.
Unified PE is a unique opportunity for students with varying abilities, backgrounds to come together. We focus on the physical, intellectual, and social growth of all students in physical education. Special Olympics and our own Ponies Trust Club support this class with fun activities, field trips. They offer collaborations with other unified schools and so much more.
Team sports is a really good class we have here at Stillwater High School. It is designed for anybody that likes to compete, and you don't necessarily have to be a varsity athlete to be in this class. And there's a little bit of something for everybody in team sports.
Our personal fitness and sport class is a great opportunity for students to explore how they can incorporate exercise into their daily practice for a lifetime. We also encourage proper nutrition, hydration, and sleep habits throughout our semester so that they can take these beyond just our classroom. As Phy-Ed and health teachers here at Stillwater High School, we help our students make connections between our courses and their everyday lives now and in the future.
Fun is the name of the game at the Lumberjack. Throw some axes, enjoy Union Alley, sit back, relax, take in the excellent food and drinks. The next time you are out and about in beautiful downtown Stillwater, visit Sarah and the great staff for a fun night out. Visit the Lumberjack off Commercial Street in downtown Stillwater today for a glass full of fun.
Cheers.
Community Ed serves a great purpose in our community and helps keep families connected.
Community education has something for everyone.
I really love watching the kids improve.
You can do it!
Nice job!
Come and see us at Community Ed for a good time for kids and families.
Preserve those local events that last a lifetime. Visit the VAC TV store on your computer or mobile device to purchase school programs and community events. DVD, Blu-ray, and digital downloads are available. Make it easy and search for your program that you wish to purchase. Buying is convenient with multiple options at your disposal while checking out. Visit vactv.org/store today.
Live coverage of the Section 4 2A Boys Hockey Quarterfinal is made possible in part by support from Bayport American Legion and River Dogs Catering and Event Services. We thank you for your support, and Stillwater thankful for that first period. Mike Keaton and Mark Hodgins with you. The Ponies lead 2-0. Shots on goal, Stillwater 12-3 advantage over Eastridge. They score 2 power play goals and lead 2-0 mark. Stillwater controlled nearly every aspect of that first period. The puck races, the big reason why.
Yeah, if you're Greg Zanin, you couldn't have drawn that up any better. The team came in, you know he's got the bigger team, the more experienced team. They started off with the dump and chase. They used their power. He tried to exploit that defense that we talked about in the early pregame. He did that. 2 penalties, 2 power plays. Eastridge has got to come back out. They got to find a spark in period number 2.
Ethan Mosley and Riley Scusa scored the power play goals for the Ponies. For Stillwater, are there any adjustments you need to make so far?
So I think he did. I think Great Zanon in the first power play, we talked about it. They worked it to the top of the umbrella. They looked for that shot and tips. We saw it early on. They had some effectiveness with it. And then he, in the same power play, widened them out. In doing that, he brought the Eastridge Raptors out. Mosley with a great shot. And you're watching the highlights here behind us. You see Mosley's goal. That's the next level shot we talked about here. And that one goes across. That's going in any league. And that play was set up by Zanon realizing it. On the next power play, you'll see Blake Laddie, number 18. He comes out wide. And he'll chase into the corner earlier on there. That's a bad break. It comes off the glass for Eastridge. But again, Eastridge, they lost the puck battles deep. They lost the puck races. And if you're Coach Dustin Vogel-Gazank, you got to say, listen, we got to play in small chunks. We got to get a spark back in period number 2.
Eastridge staring at a 2-0 deficit. They did have a few flashes, but couldn't sustain an attack. We'll see if they can put something together in the second period. And we'll bring you that second period in a moment. This is the Section 4AA Boys Hockey Quarterfinal on Back TV.
You think getting dumped by text is harsh? Try getting dumped by a tennis ball. My ex-owner drove me out to the woods, yelled fetch, and by the time I brought the ball back, he was gone. But the folks at the shelter helped me let go of my anger. I learned coping skills, like taking it to the hole. Boom! Now I'm ready to fetch again.
Me and my boy Matt had it good. He had catnip that was off the hook. But one day, he brings a girl home, and she's allergic to cats. Every sneeze was a nail in my coffin. Now I'm in a shelter. It's decent, but they don't even have Wi-Fi.
Dora knows better than anyone. The best place to explore is the forest.
Boots! She knows this monkey? Of course she knows this monkey.
Experience nature.
Let's go.
Connect with family.
Love you guys.
And find your own adventure in a forest or park near you.
Let's do this. Come on, Boots.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you.
on White Bear Lake at Aldrich Arena next week for the semifinal round. Mike Beaton and Mark Hodgins with you. And Mark, Aldrich Arena, it holds a unique place in section hockey because it's one of the few rinks that's used where you could have the home school, Hill Murray, play in it. You don't get that often in boys hockey. It's an interesting little facet when it comes to postseason play, but
yeah, it's a historic building.
Arena.
It's hosted so many great games. Stillwater's played some great ones back in the Cates days when they shocked Hill Murray. Hill Murray seems to almost have a permanent place there in that final game. And we'll see if the Stillwater Ponies can join them as they have a 2-0 lead here early on.
Got a couple of rounds to go. Hill Murray will play Gentry Academy next week in the other semifinal. That should be a good one. Gentry Academy, the newcomer in Class 2A, and holding their own.
Gentry coming into the Class 4AA will be interesting. I think it's as well interesting that they get the 4th seed. I'm not so sure that Bill Leitner and Hill Murray like that, but they'll have to go through the newcomers to 4AA to see if they can get to the final again. As I said, they're generally in or around the final every year are the Hill Murray Pioneers.
Eastridge and Stillwater going at it here. Coincidentally, 2016 was the last time Stillwater, our boys hockey, reached the state tournament. That Kate's goal, the stuff of legend.
What a save on a rocket pipe rear. That was right to the top shelf. And he flagged that one out of midair. So if you're Coach Dustin Vogel-Gazang, you've started off the period the exact same way the first period was. Stillwater's stronger, they're faster. Your team still looks like they're a little bit in clay here. And you want to tell them to be physical, but you can't because that power play's been strike 2 for 2 so far tonight. So Eastridge has got to find a break here and find some way to get their feet underneath them.
That can be difficult to do against a faster, speedier team. Eastridge has tried to move the puck up ice a few times, and Stillwater is there to intervene. Stillwater player loses a stick. That was Ethan Bernier. And the puck goes back to the Eastridge zone. Stillwater has it.
You see the forecheck there, a 1-2-2 forecheck, right? So Eastridge giving them the opportunity to break it back out. I think if I'm Eastridge pretty soon here, I want to start bringing 2 guys in, but you got to have your wits about you here. You cannot afford another power play.
Eastridge with the golden opportunity, and that shot goes into the plexiglass. Stillwater will dump it off, change their lines. Good job by Aiden Anderson.
And there you see the puck races again. 2 or 3 there. Anderson dumps it in. He chases his own puck and gets to it. And here comes Eastridge being cute with it. And a penalty to Stillwater here as widens down there on the far side for Eastridge. Slow to get up. So the Raptors get exactly what the doctor ordered here. They avoid a couple of good scoring chances here early on in period number 2. And now they go to the power play. Although it's not been effective so far this year in 0 for 1 tonight, here's their opportunity to get back in this game. With the Eastridge Raptors, this is an important 2 minutes.
Ethan Mosley in the penalty box. Last time Eastridge was on the power play, they had difficulty setting up their offense. Puck goes into the netting, so we'll have another face-off.
So you see the difference there. Grant Miller back on the point for our Ponies. The Actually takes it into the corner there. So Eastridge sets up in their defensive penalty killing in the box. They stay pretty close. They're widening him out. Greg Zanning's bringing him out. Miller's active back there. He's giving him no chance to set back up. Very different philosophies on the penalty kill, and Stillwater's penalty kill is very effective.
The stick went loose. Eastridge with the puck. 1:32 left in the power play. Going around.
Stillwater happy just to give Eastridge the perimeter here. No problem at all for Greg Zanning's Ponies.
Keep them on the outside. Don't let them inside. Stillwater clears it. They'll change things up here with just over a minute left in the power play. And almost a passing error on the part of Eastridge, but that will give Stillwater more time to erase this power play.
Good try by Landon. Kramer fed him. Those two are dangerous. Best chance of the night for the Eastridge Raptors.
They're not done. Grant Conan takes a swipe. 30 seconds left in the power play. Landon goes cross ice.
So this line's been out for 1 minute and 30. Tired legs here. You got to watch for the shorthanded opportunity. If the Ponies can get control here, they've got tired legs in the Eastridge Raptors.
15 seconds left in the power play. Shot
Good
from
save
deep,
by. That one's thrown out.
That's something you don't see often.
Almost closed his hand on the glove back there.
Stillwater returns to full
Yes!
strength, but
Grant
not
Conan, just what the doctor ordered for Eastridge. Tommy Anderson had zero chance on that. So we talked about this in the first penalty kill. Eastridge puts nobody in front of the net. A nice adjustment, and Tommy has no chance there because he's got Conan and he's got John Kramer right in his face. So for the Ponies, I think it was a grade A penalty kill. And Eastridge gets a goal. They needed it. And now our Ponies got to figure out how they're going to wake up here and get back. They are the dominant team in most of the areas on the ice tonight. So that's a big goal for the Raptors.
Grant Conan giving Eastridge a lifeline. It will not be credited as a power play goal, but a much needed score for the Raptors nonetheless. But we know Stillwater and that fleet-footedness of theirs, they can strike in a hurry.
Cam Briere is so much fun to watch there. Right there, Aiden Anderson comes down. Briere has got such presence on the ice. He drags Downey with him to the far side. And that one goes off Downey's skate, almost a goal, but he's got the attention of the Eastridge Raptors tonight.
Before the game, you did note that Grant Conan is one of the top goal scorers for Eastridge. He gives them a much-needed one. Eastridge looking to tie it up, and that shot deflected off the stick of Anderson.
Good save by Tommy Anderson. Not only the save, the rebound control here. A good pushback, though. A little bit of momentum shift for Eastridge here. So Stillwater's got to go back down to the basics of what they're doing. We talked about it. They are the faster team. They've been the stronger team. They've been the more physical team. If they just play their game, this one should go their way. But right now, they've got to thwart the Eastridge Raptors, who have got a little bit of momentum after a rather sleepy first period. Shots are 15-9. They were 13-3 after period number 1. So Eastridge making a little bit of a push here with 11:45 to go.
And you hear this quite commonly in sports when you get to postseason time. When you're a low seed like Eastridge is, the longer you can hang with the favorite, the more confidence you can build as you get to the later stages. So that is the danger Stillwater could be facing if they can't get control of this game. They still lead 2-1, but Eastridge, you can tell that goal by Conan has awakened their senses.
Yeah, a different team right now here in the last 5 minutes. Good save by Tommy Anderson out front. Kramer, dangerous scorer for the Raptors, headed on the doorstep, and Anderson shut him down.
That was a huge heads-up play on Anderson with the puck loose and a scramble ensuing in front of the net. Now Stillwater fires.
Good save down there. He's been sharp as well. Both goaltenders standing up. So, you know, you talked about the underdog, the Cinderella story, and I think the Eastridge Raptors are that tonight, but we talked about their lack of scoring. You're back in this hockey game, it's 2-1. They are not going to score 4 or 5 goals tonight. So if I'm Coach Dustin Vogelgesang, as much as I love this push, I don't want to forget defense, because a third or a fourth goal by Stillwater is going to be very difficult for Eastridge to come back based on the statistics in the 2022 season.
Eastridge on the counter. And I think that went off the stick of the Stillwater player.
Great block.
Will Kane, I think. Yeah, he was on the ice and just lunged forward and knocked it away.
Great play. He went prone, got a skate in the lane. That's Conan. He's dangerous. He has the goal tonight there. Had a chance at it. And a grade A defensive play there by the Ponies is Kane went prone and got it up there. Helps his goaltender out. But again, Eastridge, you got to notice this push here. It's just 16-10 on shots on goal. So it's 7-3 Eastridge here in period number 2. And I think the Ponies are a little bit in awe of what's this team that we're seeing in period number 2. They got to get right back to fundamentals.
Conan trying the wraparound move. Now Stillwater on the move. Tecido, wide
There's
left.
the glass again. That is absolutely elastic back there. It came right back out 3 feet in front of the net.
The plexiglass here has some bouncy properties to it. And I think that's an element, that's a facet we don't talk about a whole lot, but it can play an impact in this sport.
Great tip again. Great out front there. Mosley got a piece of it. And a smart play by the captain, Dustin, as he fired that one low for sticks. Good push here by the Ponies as they look to get that insurance marker. Good pressure deep in the Eastridge zone.
As you noted, Eastridge doesn't score a lot. Tecido almost had a rebound opportunity there. So the opponents will get one more. Math will be in their favor.
2 good saves down there in the Eastridge goalie. When I see shots like that from Ty Tecido, it reminds me exactly why I don't want to be a goaltender. That's high.
You and I were talking about being a goaltender in hockey or lacrosse and how fortunate both of us are that we don't have to be in that position.
We got 2 good ones here tonight, though. 17-10 shots on goal for the Stillwater Ponies. They lead at 2-1. And the Ponies in the last 2 shifts here have shown their dominance as they get their pace back.
We were discussing the underdog aspect that Eastridge currently holds. Remember, this is the 3rd time these 2 teams have met, and the more times you meet someone, one point I usually make in a series like that, by the time you get to that 3rd meeting, there are no secrets to be uncovered. It's all about execution, and whoever can execute.
Great play back there by Braden Wenner. Nice look. Polifka on the point. He sees Knutson cut across the blue line, and Polifka with a heads-up pass just an inch ahead. And a great play by the Stillwater defenseman to break that one, or Knutson's in alone.
8:17 left in the 2nd period. And this Eastridge team making a surprising bid in the 2nd period. They still trail 2-1, but they look to have a lot more energy in the 2nd frame. And Stillwater a little flummoxed here on how to respond.
There's the forecheck from Briere. He's omnipresent. He's all over the ice tonight. He's not on the score sheet yet, but if I'm a betting man, number 19 is going to find himself on the scoring sheet before this one's over.
Briere is the leading scorer for the Ponies, and that forecheck, that was something we saw a lot of in the 1st period. Stillwater having a tougher time applying it here in the 2nd.
Nice lead pass.
Got a little ahead of Ethan Mosley, but right idea.
So there's the breakout we talked about. Eastridge in their own end. They get a little bit panicky, and Stillwater's got to take advantage of that on the forecheck. Good play by Conan to get it out, though, for Eastridge that time.
That's Don Kramer, fires, save Anderson. There's Briere. Goes behind.
That didn't miss by much. That's a rocket off the stick of Carter Bees.
Eastridge on the other end. They might have a chance.
Good save by Anderson. That was high for the shelf, too. Both goalies putting on a show here in period number 2. There's Briere again. How about that move and that save again? Inside out he goes and turns the defenseman for a loop and fires one in. Great A save again by Eastridge there, but both goalies putting on the show here in period number 2. Again, Eastridge, I don't think you want to get into an offensive battle with the Ponies here tonight, but if you want to, go ahead. And you'll see guys like Cam Briere and Ty Casito walk up and down the ice tonight for the Ponies.
Well,
but they're hanging in.
They do need a couple more scores, so they do have to find a way to get some goals on the board, but we are getting quite the display back and forth with the two goalies who are making big-time saves. Thomas Anderson looking to keep Stillwater's lead intact and keep the 2 seed intact, and Hodgins doing what he can to help Eastridge preserve that upset bid.
So for Greg Zanin here, you know, we had his team on all cylinders in period number 1. They were the dominant team, 13-3 shots on goal, 2 power plays where literally they were laid the Globetrotters out there. They moved the puck for 45 seconds and they put it behind the Eastridge goaltender. Eastridge has come back with a push. So if I'm Coach Dustin Vogel-Gazang, that clock has got a tick. I want to stay as close as I can. And if I'm Greg Zanin, I'm putting the offensive push on right now. We can't let this team hang in here. They've made a push in period number 2. It's time to put the Pony Pride down.
This is a critical juncture because if Eastridge can go into that locker room, the second intermission, down 2-1 or even tie it up, that would jolt them with confidence.
And Greg Zanin knows too that the Eastridge Raptors have trouble to score all year. The Ponies won both games 5-2 and 6-1. Kind of the MO for the goals against. Eastridge, when they played good defensive hockey, won some hockey games this year. They won 8 or 9 games this year, but they're not going to score 4. And Greg Zanin knows that. And Tommy Anderson's been sharp in net, so.
.913 save percentage entering this game. Anderson doing a terrific job between the pipes all season. Puck is loose, replay on. Stillwater fans wanted a penalty. Anderson checked on the boards.
Lanahan on the offside. Lanahan's throwing his weight around for the Raptors. He dumped Anderson.
That was Nathan Ravakumar. If you like defensive battles, you are getting one in the second period. Briere makes it 3-1.
I wish I had that much prognostication in Vegas, but you could see it coming. Cam Briere has been all over the ice.
Man. You said you were a betting man and that Briere would find a way to get a tally.
And you just see the speed of the Ponies right there. That's the way the first period went. Briere goes by Stouffer on the point. Just not enough speed to turn and pivot. He goes in and a dangerous scorer finds the 5-hole. And that's the goal the Ponies needed. As Eastridge was making a push, and now they take control.
Pinpoint lead pass to Briere on the breakaway, and an Eastridge player losing his helmet. That is Cole Wyden.
So the refs are talking here if they saw anything at all. Wyden's playing his 4th varsity game, so welcome to the big leagues for the Eastridge forward there.
Wyden, the sophomore, and you noted, Mark, Eastridge losing 13 players to graduation, a lot of newcomers to the roster this year. Even though they've taken their hits now, a lot of these kids that you're seeing, they're going to come back with a little more experience, and I'd like to see how this Eastridge team progresses when they get all of that experience coming back.
Sure, and every team goes through that, right? It's and sometimes the coaches make that decision. I think sometimes coaches let go some of the seniors that are on the borderline. It's kind of sad. You wish the seniors could finish out their years, but they keep younger rosters, particularly in high school hockey. And I think Dustin Vogel-Gazang, who's not happy right now on the bench, is talking about it. Has done that. He's got some young players, and coaches got to be good coaches for young players, develop them into stars when they get older. He's not happy on the bench, though. He didn't like it. He had a little discussion there with the ref, and he's continuing it. The ref had enough of it as he skated away.
He was looking for a penalty after Whiten lost his helmet, but nothing was called, so we remain at even strength. The Raptors now trail 3-1, and going back to what you were saying, Mark, about Eastridge and their issues with scoring on offense. The more goals Stillwater can put up, the harder it is for Eastridge, a team not known for putting points on the board in quick succession, to stay in it.
That could have been a penalty on Tomaska as he dumped Briere, but no call.
Three and a half minutes to go in the second. Stillwater leads 3-1. Shot from deep, goes wide left from Carter Bees.
Great chance there. Tomaska with a bad clearing pass. Good save in front. Bees had a grade A chance there as Tomaska fed him.
Now Eastridge on a potential counter.
Nice save by Tommy Anderson.
The pad save keeps it a 3-1 game.
Good play by the Eastridge forward. That's Tauscher. And another shot there, good pickup. Tauscher used to leverage well for a sophomore there, but Anderson had to be sharp.
Anderson has seen a lot this season for the Ponies. And not just in conference play. Some of the non-conference games included Hill Murray, Cretin-Durham Hall. They had a strong season. Go ahead.
The Ponies played Cretin-Durham Hall, the #1 team in the state right now, as well as anybody has, including the last one. A little physical it got between the two teams, but you know, the Ponies show they can play with anybody.
The Ponies beat White Bear Lake in the first game of the season. Those two only played each other once. 3-2 was the score there.
Yeah, the new SEC rules this year, right, where they played twice in their own side conference. So Stillwater and Eastridge met twice, and then once in the cross-divisional play. So a different look. Nice save again by the Eastridge goalie. He's keeping them in it right now. 2:39 to go. And 24-16 shots on goal. And you can see right after that goal by Briere, we talked about it. So great hockey players make great hockey plays. And a leader like Cam Briere opens it back up, and now Stillwater back in control of the play again.
And he's had a busy night, but Jack Hodgins, let's not shrug off the array of impressive saves he's put up. I don't know if it'll be enough to get the win, but Hodgins, he's holding his own out there.
Nice back check there by Aiden Anderson.
Puck is loose.
Nice save by Tommy Anderson. Conan could have had #2, and he flashed a pad there. That's a big save. Mark that one to 217. Another one.
Eastridge peppering Anderson now. 3 shots on Anderson, and he stops them all.
Good shift for Eastridge, and Tommy Anderson stands up tall there. The save on Conan on the left-hand side. I think Conan thought he scored, and Anderson made a great save. We'll have to mark that one at the 2:30 mark. As you said, Eastridge struggles to score, but they got to capitalize on those grade A chances, and Anderson shut the door down there.
Thomas Anderson, he might have a few more clips to add to his end-of-season highlight reel after this one.
So John Kramer took a big hit there off the boards from Grant Miller, and he's claiming that he's got some blood to his mouth. The referee's having nothing to do with it, so.
A little gamesmanship, perhaps?
I think Miller was a clean shot. He just moved him out of the front of the net.
And that is worth noting, Mark, because we didn't have a normal season last year. The new scheduling rule for the Suburban East Conference, not unlike the Northwest Suburban, where you play intra-division foes twice, inter-division foes once. And that changes the scheduling complexion a little bit.
Yeah, I like it. I think it gives the team some chances. I mean, Stillwater attracts a lot of good talent, so when you tie up 18 of your 25 games in conference, you don't get the chance to play the Hill Murrays. You don't get the chance to play the other teams as well. So I think it gives the Ponies a chance to. They're an attractive opponent for many teams, and it gives them 4 extra games in the schedule to play tough opponents.
Benilde St. Margaret's, Lakeville South were among them. Blaine, St. Michael, Aberville, several of those names, perennial hockey powers. 1:10 to go in the second period. Stillwater up 3-1. Grant Conan coming off a power play, scoring an opportunistic goal for the Raptors, and he almost got another one there. Puck is still loose.
Nice play on the point there as Landon came in. The Ponies defense stood him up. That sounded funny. Did I hit him off the helmet or hit him off the stick? Sounded kind of funny. Good rush though back there. When you talked about the schedule for the Ponies though, right? I like what the Suburban East Conference did. The Metro East did a while back. You know, Hill Murray, that's a pretty tough conference. There's not a lot of competition in there for them. South St. Paul, you know, North St. Paul in the olden days, they tend to walk through that conference. And they just didn't want to play all those games. So now they get out, they play a tougher schedule. I think the extra 4 games, it makes the Ponies a better team. They play these tough teams, and they get ready for nights like tonight, sectional playoffs, because there's a different pace out here tonight. This is East Ridge is in tough against a stronger Stillwater team, but you got Whiteberry, you got Gentry, you got Hill Murray left. It's a different league in the playoffs than it is in the regular season.
Another face-off coming up with 43 and 7/10 seconds on the clock.
So East Ridge has a good period. They put 17 shots on the board here against 11 for Stillwater, so wide open. Both goalies have been busy so far tonight.
Raptors showing a lot more aggressiveness in the second period, looking to pick up another score. Again, they don't pick up goals in bunches. So that is something they'll have to contend with if they want to keep their season going. Knutson, his shot goes behind the net. Scooped up by Ben Tauscher. 10 seconds, Stillwater. They'll just hang on to it and let time expire, I believe. And that will be the case. They dump it off. That brings us to the end of period number 2. A good one for East Ridge, getting 17 shots on goal and getting on the board, but Stillwater countered on the breakaway score by Gambriere to take a 3-1 lead into the second intermission. Mark and I will be back to discuss that second intermission. This is section 4AA.
Great person in our community. It helps keep families connected.
Community education has something for everyone.
I really love watching the kids improve.
Come and see us at Community Ed for a good time for kids and families.
So bad. Well, my GPA isn't really the best, so I thought I could try for an athletic scholarship. Maybe you could go talk to me on that. Good idea. I'll do that.
No.
No. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I love the effort, Tori, but you should probably go see the college for yourself.
So sports scholarships really aren't looking too often. What are my other options?
It's a good thing you got other options. So there are scholarships that are merit-based, and that's going to depend on your academics. So ACT score, transcript, you're going to want to check into your college just to see what those merit-based scholarships are and what you qualify for those. And then there's also community scholarship, is just for Stillwater seniors. And they have offered over 90 scholarships given to Stillwater students. They give over $400,000. And the process to apply is you fill out an application, you have to have 2 letters, a recommendation, one from a teacher and one from a community member. You also have to write a personal statement, and then you want to make sure you look at the criteria of each scholarship to make sure you qualify for that. Scholarships will open up in October, and they are due in February.
Okay, so where do I get started?
What you want to do is check out the high school website, and all the instructions are there.
Fun is the name of the game at the Lumberjack. Throw some axes, enjoy Union Alley, sit back, relax, take in the excellent food and drinks. The next time you are out and about in beautiful downtown Stillwater, visit Sarah and the great staff for a fun night out. Visit the Lumberjack off Commercial Street in downtown Stillwater today for a glass full of fun.
Cheers. I'm Rob Bach, and I'm the principal here at Stillwater Area High School. We're located just south of Highway 36, almost at the intersection of Highway 5 and Highway 36. We are actually part of the oldest school district in the state of Minnesota. So we have a long-standing tradition of academic excellence dating back way before a lot of other schools and districts. We're at right around 2,800 students. We're a 9 through 12 high school, so we average almost right on the dot at just about 700 kids per graduating class. Our academics are off the charts. I literally just gave a tour to executives from Anderson Windows who wanted to come in and see our fabrication lab. And our students took executives from Anderson Windows and showed them the different pieces of technology that we have, the different machines that they use on a daily basis, took them through their design process. Stillwater Area High School's music programs, whether it's choir, whether it's band, whether it's orchestra, are the cream of the crop. And literally kids from other schools want to come hear what our kids are doing to get a sense of what they can be, and other directors want to come see what we're doing to get a sense of what they can aspire to. We are training tomorrow's leaders. That's who we have in schools, and that's a charge that we take pretty seriously. We are about developing communicators. We want kids to be critical thinkers. We want them to be able to collaborate with each other, self-advocate. That really is the portrait of a graduate that we are working on developing here at Stillwater Area High School. Kids have to have skills that transcend certain job skills. We're intentional about developing those other pieces, and those are the kinds of kids that are going to wind up being leaders and
Stillwater holding a 3-1 lead in the Section 4AA Boys Hockey quarterfinal, 1 period away from advancing to the semifinals next week at Aldrich. Mike Beaton and Mark Hodgins with you. Mark, that was a much better period from Eastridge. They did get a goal on the board, but Stillwater, I would argue, got a counter when they needed it most on that breakaway score by Cam Briere.
Yeah, for sure. A good period for Eastridge, 17 shots on goal. More importantly, they stayed out of the penalty box. 1 penalty only to the Stillwater Ponies. A goal by Conan just after the penalty kill, but I think that's a great period for the Eastridge Raptors. The Ponies don't answer, and that's the important thing. We talked about Briere, the big players, you know, Aiden Anderson, Briere, Ty Tocito. They're making themselves present. Sets up a good third period for us.
How does Stillwater close it out? Because they saw what Eastridge can do when you give them a chance to get back in it, and they got a lot more aggressive. They gave Thomas Anderson a busy second frame. He did his job. How does Stillwater regain control?
So I think this is going to play right into the hands of Stillwater. So Eastridge struggles to score goals. They're 2 goals out of this, though. The season's over if they don't go forward. Vogel's probably going to send them into an offensive push. They're not used to that, which means it's wide open. If Stillwater gets wide open ice, they're going to control it. So I think Eastridge is into a little bit of riverboat gambler stuff. I think it's going to work out for the Stillwater Ponies. A lot of opportunities going the other way.
A lot of opportunities, but we'll see who comes out on top in the third period. 1 more period to come, and you'll see it right here on Valley Access Channels.
keep families connected.
Community education has something for everyone.
I really love watching the kids improve.
You can do it!
Nice job! Come and see us at Community Ed for a good time for kids and families.
So bad.
What are you doing? Well, my GPA isn't really the best, so I thought I could try for an athletic scholarship. Maybe you should go talk to a coach about that.
Good idea. I'll do that.
No.
No. Yeah, that's not going to work. I love the effort, Tori, but you should probably go see the College and Career Center.
So sports scholarships really aren't looking too hot for me. What are my other options?
It's a good thing you got other options. So there are scholarships that are merit-based, and that's going to depend on your academics. So ACT score, transcript, you're going to want to check into your college just to see what those merit-based scholarships are and that you qualify for those. And then there's also community scholarship. It's just for Stillwater seniors. And they have offered over 90 scholarships given to Stillwater students. They give over $400,000. And the process to apply is you fill out an application. You have to have 2 letters of recommendation, one from a teacher and one from a community member. You also have to write a personal statement. And then you want to make sure you look at the criteria of each scholarship to make sure you qualify for that. Scholarships will open up in October and they are due in February.
Okay, so where do I get started?
What you want to do is check out the high school website and all the instructions are there.
Fun is the name of the game at the Lumberjack. Throw some axes, enjoy Union Alley, sit back, relax, take in the excellent food and drinks. The next time you are out and about in beautiful downtown Stillwater, visit Sarah and the great staff for a fun night out. Visit the Lumberjack off Commercial Street.
All the programming we have to offer. Follow us on social media, Valley Access Channels on Facebook, Valley Access TV on Twitter. Mike Beaton and Mark Hodgins with you, Eastridge. They have 17 minutes left in their season. As we were talking about in the second intermission, they have to go all out now.
No question. Dustin Vogelgesang will tell them it's do or die right now for them. I think the Ponies got to watch the first 2 or 3 minutes. The push will come. If they can stop that, they'll take over play again and just control it. We've talked about it. The bigger, faster team, I think you'll see Zanning go back to the dump and chase, dump it in, pin them back in, use that strength, and control the offensive zone.
And that's a good point because for Eastridge, their season's on the line, but for Stillwater, if they're not careful, they could get Eastridge back in this game. So it's not as if Stillwater can just play tiddlywinks and cruise, at least for the moment.
Yeah, the first 3 or 4 minutes here will be telling. As we said, Eastridge, offense is not their forte. They've struggled to score 1.96 goals per game this year. But again, they've got one. They've had a couple good chances. Tommy Anderson, full marks in the second period, as well as Hodgins. They both played very well, but the Raptors need to make a move here in the first 3 or 4 minutes, and the Ponies just need to control it and then play their hockey game.
Thomas Anderson was quite astute. And if it wasn't for his work between the pipes, this could be a closer game, but Stillwater with that 2-goal lead, 3-1 the score. And the winner moves on to the semifinals to play White Bear Lake at Aldrich Arena. One of the smaller venues in section hockey, but a great place to watch a game. No matter who makes the final, it always sells out.
Good save there. Mosley, he likes to shoot it from anywhere. Impressed tonight. That first goal, I said, that shot's in almost any league. And he shows you right there, he can rocket it. He hit a big goal a couple years ago. You mentioned Aldrich Arena when the Ponies played the Pioneers in the Section 4AA final. Mosley had a big goal there to tie it at 1. I remember being in the building that night.
Mosley with 12 goals this season. And 4 players with over 10. So the Ponies have a few weapons. But historically speaking, once you get to that semifinal round, that's when things start to get unpredictable. It's that first round, and that's not to say that teams in the first round aren't deserving of it, but once you get past that, then you start to deal with all the contenders, the teams that won a game to get there, and that's where things really turn up.
So right out of the gates here, the Ponies come out, 2 quick shots. We said Eastridge had to come out and make a statement, and the Ponies came out and made it for them.
Back in the first period, Stillwater spent a lot of time in the attacking zone, and they're looking to do the same here. But as you said, the longer they can do that, and with Eastridge having to take more chances than they're accustomed to, trailing 3-1, that could open things up and open up the floodgates for the Ponies. There's a shot from deep that goes wide left.
And you see the issue here, this entire rush here for the Ponies, all because the Raptors couldn't get it out on the boards there. Hodgins played it to Primusberger, I believe it was, and they couldn't get it out on the boards. It gives the Ponies another chance. And again, we've talked about that. That's what the Ponies had exploited so well in the first period. And they've done it again here in the third. If you're Greg Zanin, exactly as you drew it up, don't let them get a pulse. And they've done that. They've got 3 shots early on here in period number 2, and they've, for the most part, pinned the Raptors back in their own zone.
3 shots, they'll get another face-off in the Eastridge zone after Hodgins saved that last shot from Briere. Play in the near corner. Roski, he can get going at any time. Oh, Dustin fell, replay on. Nate Anderson, I think, kicked it with his skate, but we had
They got Ethan
penalty.
Mosley for the high stick, I believe.
High sticking, okay.
Deep in the corner, and the Raptors get a power play. I'm not sure they've had it out of the zone yet. If you look down there, the ice in front of Tommy Anderson still glistens. There's still water sitting in front of the net. No pun intended, but there's water standing up there. The Raptors haven't been able to make a move yet through the first 2 minutes of this period, but they get this opportunity to cash in, and if the Raptors want to get back in this game, this is gift-wrapped opportunity number 1 from period number 3.
You're right. This is the first time in this period where we've been in the Stillwater zone, and that was because of the penalty against Mosley for high sticking.
But look at the aggressive penalty kill. Greg Zanin coaches his team to not give him any space. There's really no formation on the box. First to the puck, win the corner battles, and Eastridge struggling to handle it right now.
The Raptors 0 for 2. Their lone goal came just outside the power play, but they did show a lot more promise. Whoa!
Good save by Anderson. Conan had a chance out front. Grade A chance, and
look out.
Now some pushing and shoving. Good save by Anderson. Conan on the doorstep got another one. I think Anderson got another piece of it. on a good scoring chance for Eastridge there. But you see the penalty kill by the Ponies. They keep them to the perimeter. A couple of good passes out front there, and Eastridge does get a good chance, but Tommy Anderson holds strong. Eastridge, though, we said, they don't score a lot of goals. Anderson making great saves. These opportunities as they go by the wayside. Don't think Eastridge will get a lot in the period.
Big save by Anderson, and I also want to credit that ref because, well, Stillwater with a short-handed chance.
What a save to keep his team in it. Oh, we talked about the young defense. There you saw it again in period number 2. Danny Breer went right by Stouffer, and that time Primusberger, the young sophomore for Eastridge, he gets beat. But a good save by the Eastridge goalie. This one's probably over.
Less than a minute in the power play. A frenetic power play sequence here. Stillwater gets it into the Eastridge zone. Can't get a shorthanded chance out of it, but they do eat up more time. There's Primusberger. They'll bounce it around, or glide it around the boards, I should say. Tries to flip it.
But the Ponies penalty kill here. Just give Eastridge has no chance to set it up. Greg Zannon's happy to see that on the perimeter all night long. Ponies are going to kill this one off.
Yes. They intercept the centering pass. And Stillwater back at full strength. A much better penalty kill sequence.
Look at this one.
Look
out
out.
Front. What a save again. 2 big ones on a giveaway. We've talked about it. We said it early on. When I've called Eastridge games, they struggle to get out of their own zone. We've seen it a couple of times there. There they go back for it. They get a little bit cute. Great forecheck by Anderson. Tecito comes down Main Street. This really could be 6 or 7 to 1 right now.
A lot of hockey guys will tell you this. If you turn the puck over in your own zone, that's asking for trouble. And Eastridge, they have flirted with disaster a few times in that respect. If it wasn't for the work of Hodgins, you're right. We could be staring at a much larger deficit.
Ponies got to keep pushing here. They've been the controlling team in period number 3.
And if Eastridge isn't careful, even though they've been able to repel Stillwater's attacks thus far, they could throw down the dagger in this third period. If they 3-1, another goal would just about do it. Some action on the boards in the near corner. Stillwater wins the scrum, but Eastridge will take over. Kramer speeding his way down.
Nice play there by Aiden Anderson to get back as the third forward, and here comes Tecito.
Tecito through traffic, saved by Hodgins.
That was top shelf. Tecito's got a rocket. Again, we talked about Mosley in period number 1 with a next level shot. Ty Tecito, that, I'm not sure how he saw that one. That was to the left-hand corner, and if you notice quickly, Tecito is a dangerous scorer. Looked up at the rafters like, how did he stop that one?
When you're a goaltender, I think some of it comes down to reflexes.
The Ponies are all over the Raptors here. One more, and they can put this one away.
They have been knocking on the door in this third period. We were talking about Eastridge needing to be the aggressors. It's Stillwater who has turned it up. But when you move to postseason play, every win moves you a step closer. The intensity turns up. Nobody wants to see their season come to an end.
Nice centering pass. Nobody home there, though, but a good play by Ethan Bernier as he came through the blue paint.
Stillwater on top, 3-1. They have controlled the third period for the most part.
2-1-1.
Raptors with numbers. Rafa Kumar.
Oh, Tommy Anderson!
Oh.
He hammered Lanahan. They give a shot. This one's going to get feisty. Skusa comes in. And the Ponies don't like it, but Tommy Anderson, he's the first one through. He's going to throw a scrum. I believe they call this a Donnybrook.
There was a prologue to this a few moments ago.
Anderson and Lanahan jawing at each other. Tommy Anderson, he didn't like that at all, and he waited for nobody to come in and help him. He took care of himself as Lanahan rolled him over. And I guess we got some intensity now here with 10:37 to go.
Conference rivals, they're highly familiar with each other, but a few moments ago, Grant Miller, you saw this as Anderson is checking himself out. Grant Miller, he was heated at an Eastridge player. A ref had to hold him back. So there was some buildup that led to this fracas that has erupted at the St. Croix Valley Rec Center, and we are right now trying to sort out the penalties. It looks like we have a double minor on both sides.
Yeah, so he's got Engert in the corner. Engert engaged back there, you think was with Miller. I think you called it over there on the far side. So those two will get roughing coincidentals for sure. Lanahan goes into Tommy Anderson coincidentally, and Anderson reacts. Anderson's got to get the penalty. I think that Lanahan engaging with him after that, probably more in a defensive mode, is going to get two here. But we'll see what happens here. You know, the one thing the referee lost track of here for the Ponies is I think Zandon got some players out in the ice here. So if Anderson gets a penalty, somebody's got to serve it for him. So we'll see if they make that up at all. But, you know, if I'm a betting man here, they're going to do coincidental minors both sides. We'll play 5-on-5 hockey.
At the moment, that's what it appears to be. Looking at the penalty box, I see two Eastridge players, two Stillwater players. This is the quarterfinal round.
You gotta love playoff hockey. I'm not sure what it is, but when that calendar turns and sectional playoffs come, a different level comes forward. And each round you go into, as I said last night, I had the privilege of calling the Section 3AA semifinals over at Braemar. CDH and Rosemount, and then a double overtime epic battle as Eastview beat it. Just the intensity in the game was just a different level. Like it is tonight, you can just feel the feverish pitch come up. And you know, for Eastridge right now, you got to think maybe this is good for them. They've got Stillwater a little bit flustered. They came out, they needed a push. Stillwater's owned the first 6.5 minutes here. And now we'll see what goes on here. But Tommy Anderson's been rock solid. Well, both goalies have been outstanding tonight, but maybe Anderson's a little shaken. We need him to calm down.
Roughing is the call. Anderson was tagged on the roughing penalty. So as you noted, when the goalie is hit, another player, I think they call it in-hole, has to serve the penalty.
Yeah.
But
so like I said, coincidental minors.
Yes.
They called 2 minors for roughing. We'll play 5-on-5 hockey, but we'll see if that spills over a little bit. We'll see if Stillwater might want to get a little closer to the blue paint on Hodgins this
I was
time.
going to say, how does that change the game? Because for Eastridge, it might fire them up that, hey, we got Stillwater's goalie flustered and tempers flaring, but at the same time, Stillwater, I don't think they're going to take this laying down.
Well, there's Anderson's answer right there. Not faced at all. That one right at him, no problem. Makes a good save off a Conan on a quick shot. Shots on goal, 31-23. Both goalies have been rock solid tonight. Ten minutes left to go. And if you're Eastridge here, you got to go no holds barred, and for Stillwater, that might just play right into their hands.
Another loose puck near the Stillwater net. It's picked up by the Ponies. And Ethan Bernier weaves around traffic. Passes behind.
Nice play by Tomaska there as Owen Grau came down Main Street for the Ponies.
Oh, Wyden hard into the boards.
He's had a tough night tonight. Wyden's been the recipient of 2 or 3 thunderous hits from the Ponies. Lost his lid one time there, almost lost it again.
Wyden's going to be feeling sore tomorrow, win or lose.
As we said, I think on my game sheet here, this is his 5th varsity game. I think he'll have some stories about sectional hockey in the summertime.
And Wyden is a sophomore, so if he returns, gets a few more games under his belt, we'll see how he develops as a player, but this is quite the introduction to the sport. Here's Ben Tauscher. Again, Stillwater pinching him off.
Nice defensive play. Dustin angled him perfectly into the corner. Big hit there. Conan took in, I think that was Lindbergh, hard into the boards. Mosley tried the wraparound. Good try. Good speed.
Anderson.
What a save again. Anderson says, I had you beat. He flashes the leather. That's about 5th or 6th good glove save tonight. Tizito, I think, has had the toughest chance, but there's Anderson with a grade A scoring chance. So again, Eastridge here, you know, Stillwater will take this jab for the next 8 minutes all you want. We lead by 2 here. But I got to think Eastridge is going to open this up the best they can sooner or later and get some scoring chances at both ends.
The coincidental minors have expired, so every player now available for both teams. It's still 3-1. Jack Hodgins, though, what a performance from him. He might get another chance to showcase his skills. Well, that one goes a little wide left, I think, but
yeah, I think both goalies have been good tonight, but no doubt I think it could be 6 or 7 for Stillwater right now if the performance wasn't in the net. He's been good.
And if nothing else, Hodgins, even if Eastridge's season comes to an end tonight, he can take that performance into next season.
Yeah, he's a junior, right? So
this is the kind of performance that can build up your confidence going into club, going into the next hockey season, and who knows?
2 juniors in net tonight, so both kids will come back, hopefully come back. Players to watch for sure in their senior season. Both these goalies have been great tonight.
A lot of history with the Stillwater program. Eastridge still building theirs up. Of course, they didn't enter the fray until 2009.
Yeah, it's a young team, and the Woodbury area has 2 schools, 2 high schools, right? So you get the split talent there. It's always tough, much like Osseo and Maple Grove tend to be in the Lakeville schools, but
Jaska Chanhassen comes to mind.
correct.
Less than 7 minutes to go, and the action has simmered down a bit. We've seen some fine saves from the goalies, but after that melee that we had a few minutes ago, things are pretty smooth right now.
Time the enemy of the Eastridge Raptors right now, and Stillwater happy just to watch that clock tick away.
Stillwater would love an insurance goal, but you're right.
What a save again, Humphrey here. Another one. That one's wide. Here's the Ponies' chance to finish it. What a shot. That was Mosley. I said Briere, I think, or was it Briere? It was Briere in front. He could have had 3 already tonight. He's got
Scusa.
1.
Well, just about everyone has had multiple chances.
And they've been great, right? 34 shots on goal, and I got to think, big hit there. As Carter Bees takes the worst of that one.
Ben Tauscher will try to bring it up again, but he's had trouble doing so against the Stillwater defense. They pinch him off once more. Offside, waved off. There's Owen Grau. He's seen some ice time. Now Hodgins.
He got knocked over, but I think by his own player, but he got knocked into the boards there.
That could have been scary had a Stillwater player picked up the puck.
Yeah, I thought for a second it was redemption, but that was his own player, I think, got pushed back into him. 5:30 to go, and the Ponies advance here if they can hang on. They've been the better team again here in period number 3, where the shots were 24-20, I believe, at the end of period number 2. So it's 10-3 Stillwater, much like the first period where it was 12-3. Almost carbon copies. Those 2 power play goals early on remain the difference here. And the Ponies, though, have been the stronger team tonight and could have a bigger lead, but the Eastridge goaltender's been unbelievable.
Here come the Raptors. Conan.
Oh, just missed a corner. That's a one they needed to cash if Eastridge was going to get back into this one. Tommy Anderson cut the angle off beautifully there on Conan.
And Stillwater will take control. Maybe a little frustrated that they haven't been able to get more goals on the board, but they'll eat up time. Mark, you know this. How many times have you heard this? In any level of playoff hockey, you run into a hot goalie, anything's possible.
For sure.
And Hodgins, even though Eastridge is trailing, I would say he's having a hot goalie moment. And Thomas Anderson, too. Let's not forget the work he's done tonight.
Sure. Yeah, Hodgins has been, I mean, the quality of shots. He's got 34 shots on net. I don't have the shot count in tight, but I wouldn't be surprised to say 20 of them for in tight. He's made 8 or 9 unbelievable glove saves to Cheeto and Aiden Anderson just recently, but Tommy Anderson the same way down there. Coding's a dangerous goal. He's got the goal tonight. Anderson stops him on a dangerous play, so both the goalies have been notable tonight.
But only one can advance.
Big hit there. Oh, he saw that coming. Knutson was in the trolley tracks the whole way.
4.5 to go. Stillwater.
There's the push. They're going to come right back
go.
again. Round 2. And Hodgins wants to get into it. What's with the goalies tonight? Ding, ding, ding in St. Croix Rec Center. That's not though. I guess the goalie's got to get their name on the game sheet somehow. That's how they're going to do it, right?
Forget the saves. Mark, I imagine in your hockey experience you had your share of this.
Oh, I was much more the talker on the way to the penalty box. I could beat you up. I could beat you up like nobody's business on the way to the box talking to you.
Well, I wasn't implying that you would go out there and throw punches, but what I'm going to say is that it's different when you're the one putting on the pads, the helmets, when you're out there. It takes a different form. For us watching it, it might be a bit of a shock, but your season's on the line. And Stillwater, they're in control here, but it's not a guarantee yet. So when you go out there, things get heated, and you know it's win or go home. So that ratchets up the intensity just a little bit more.
For sure. And this game, you know, it started off, what were we, 2-0, 5 minutes in, 2 power play goals. And I mean, we talked about those power plays. I don't think Eastridge touched the puck for the 45 seconds that Stillwater took to score. But Eastridge fought back, and again, they've got, you know, you got to give credit to Dustin Vogelgezang's team. This is a young team. He's got, I think, 3 or 4 seniors, maybe, check it down there, 5 seniors on the team. So he's going to return a lot. Good experience here, but they got 4:22 left here. It's almost time right now where you say Katie bar the door, they got to go after it. And the Ponies will probably love that. It'll probably be freelance hockey and breakaways all the time. Looks like Stouffer is going to get shown the gate here for
a misconduct penalty.
Not sure what they're going to call. Now, he was the first one in there to Hodgins' defense. I think he tried to dive in and Stouffer came in, but his night is over.
So Stouffer ejected from the game.
And you look at the facial expressions on the bench from Coach Dustin Vogelgezang. He is not in agreement whatsoever. So Eastridge here are going to get the extra penalty somehow, some way here. And the Ponies with that power play, they're 2 for 2 tonight. They're deadly. Could have a chance to absolutely score. They had to give 5-minute major to Stouffer.
And if I'm correct, it's a 5-minute and then a 10-minute misconduct when a player is tossed?
If it's checking from behind, or more likely, a check to the head is probably what they've called here. And if that's the case, it's 5 and an accompanying 10. So we'll see what happens here. But 3-minute power play, this is a killer for Eastridge. They're trying their best to hang in here. Their goaltender has been incredible tonight. He's kept them in back, and now they've got to be shorthanded for the rest of this game.
And Jax McGlynn will serve the penalty for Stillwater. So because of the circumstances, hold on.
Okay, so what they called there is Stouffer grabbed the face mask. So you can't grab the face mask in Minnesota State High School hockey. They say he grabbed a hold of it. He gets the 5-minute major for that.
And ejected from the game.
Good save by Anderson. That was dangerous. Land in the top score, and Anderson keeps it back.
Now those penalties are not offsetting, so we have 4-on-4 hockey
Look at
for the
net.
next 2 minutes. Yeah, the net was dislodged.
The net's 4 feet off.
The net was off the mark, and no one caught it.
Well, another save for Hodgins. Net or no net, he still stopped Briere. Now, Briere got him on the breakaway, but how many chances have Cam Briere had tonight? He must have had 5 or 6 at least.
Mark, is there anything else we could possibly see in this game?
Well, we talked about it opening up, so you got 4-on-4 hockey here. This is grade A time for the Ponies. They're the faster team, they're the quicker team, so I wouldn't be surprised if they put a few more here in or the least going to keep Jack Hodgins busy is if he hasn't been all night tonight. 36 shots. He's been incredible.
Wider lanes, quicker passes with 4
Another
on 4.
one. How about the wraparound? He gets that one too. Oh, that's Mosley. That's the third or fourth pony to look up to the sky. They're going to go. They're going to remember. So if the Ponies get through this one, you know the next game against White Bear, we're going to score 12, right? You can just see how it's going to happen.
White Bear Lake might have something to say about that.
Well,
You're going to be in for a show next week.
I like the Ponies push here.
You're going to be in for.
Yeah, I look
you can't
forward
wait,
to calling
I bet. You can't wait for the semifinal round,
yeah,
can you?
And I'll tell you what, I'll give a call out to you when we call that one, because I think the Ponies they're an offensive juggernaut here. They have been impressive tonight.
They've had their ups and downs, but as you said, they weren't afraid to schedule tough, and those games could prepare them.
Another penalty. Here we go, Scusa. He's a yard sale over there. He and Leidy go at it in the corner. Gloves down. Both of them lost one. And let's put more people in the plexiglass prison. Why not? The East Ridge coaches are livid. So I didn't catch it. I was watching Hodgins again make another save. And I guess over here in the backside of it, Scusa and Leidy entangle each other. But I'm watching Corey Pearson on the bench for the East Ridge Raptors. He turned around like he can't believe it.
We're going to have a lot of roughing penalties in the game summary when you look at the notes here on Minnesota Hockey Hub. That's going to be a 2-minute minor to Scusa. So we're going to have 4-on-3 hockey for the next 120. And it's Eastridge who's serving the 5-minute major after Stouffer grabbed the face mask. How crazy is this?
So Corey Pearson was livid on the bench, and I see Blake Leidy over there. He's got some blood coming down there. So Pearson was upset. Maybe he was upset at the fact that the hit that Scusa gave him. Again, I didn't see it, so I got to be careful making the call there. The referee called Scusa alone. So Leidy, obviously the recipient, and you can see there he's got some tissues on the face from the EMT as he's got some blood coming down. So I'm assuming that Riley Scusa gave him a little "how are you" over there in the corner.
To put it lightly, timeout with 3:41 to go. A reminder that this broadcast is made possible in part by support from Bayport American Legion and River Dogs Catering and Event Services. They went all out today. It was a busy day on the Valley Access Channel's airwaves with the Section 4-2A Boys Swimming Finals and the Section 4-2A Boys Hockey Quarterfinals. Mark, early in the game, Stillwater's up 2-0. You and I are thinking that this is going to be a runaway. And even though Stillwater in position to win this game, the developments we have seen in this third period is astounding. I did not expect a melee to erupt here.
For sure. And again, I go back to, I don't think Hodgins had a chance on any of the goals tonight. Shots are 14-3 in period number 3. They were 13-3 in period number 1. So he's bookended a heck of a game tonight for his team. But, if you're the Ponies right now, you've got to be careful not getting caught up in this. You're up 3-1. You're in the driver's seat. You've got White Bear Lake in your sights. You don't want to lose a player for that game. So Greg Zanon over there, I'm sure right now telling his Ponies, let's just play this one out, tuck it down deep, and let's not get engaged anymore.
That's a good point to make. Don't do anything silly because you don't want to risk losing eligibility for that next game, especially for that front line or even Ty Tacito, who's in that second line. He's got a rocket for a shot.
For sure. And again, the Ponies tonight have been aggressive. They're the more physical team. Well, I should say that's been physical all night, but they're the bigger, stronger team deep in the corner. But right now, Eastridge are going to give them a push. Stillwater just needs to tuck it back in, play cautious, don't be silly. Let's hold on to this one and move on.
Eastridge on the power play, even though they're the ones serving the 5-minute major for the face mask call.
And I'm sure you're going to see Hodgins go to the bench real quick here for a 5-on-3. Why not? 3-1, 4-1. If the season is coming, it doesn't matter. So I think you'll see Hodgins go pretty soon to the bench.
If Eastridge can get over into the Stillwater zone and set themselves up, you could see it. There he is. He's getting yanked.
They're yelling. No, they yelled towards him. They didn't come back. Nice play by Kramer. Good play by Bo Dustin as he took out Kramer coming down there. And the Ponies are able to clear the zone.
And anytime they can clear the zone, that's less time. But as you noted, they were telling him, Hodgins that is, be on alert. Now
he's out. That was shot by Conan way over the net.
Extra attacker for the Raptors. 5-on-3 for the next 25 seconds. And then it'll be 5-on-4. Or
Good block by Roski. That's the heart and soul right there when you go prone and take one for your team.
There's Tauscher.
Oh, nice save by Anderson as Tauscher took Roski inside out.
And now it's 5-on-4. Again, Eastridge with the extra attacker. Icing the call.
Good push by the Raptors, though, but a great save by Anderson. Conan came down. I was looking from my angle there. Kramer was right in front, took away Tommy's eyes, and Conan fires it 3 feet over the net. If it's on net, it might be in, so we catch a break there. But
and I'm looking over at Jack Hodgins. He's got to be feeling all the emotions right now.
Yeah, his head is down, but I mean, seriously, how good was he tonight?
Both goalies, a superb job. Only one can advance. And another icing call. And I'd say 5-on-4. Technically, it's even strength right now. Eastridge has the extra attacker. That's why Stillwater's getting called for the icing penalties. And in 27 seconds, then it will be Stillwater on the power play owing to that major.
And you got to keep Hodgins out for Vogelgesang. So good for the Ponies. They're going to get a power play with an empty net. Not often would you see that happen.
Eastridge has other ideas. The second and third period, we saw glimpses of what this Eastridge team could be, the potential. And next year, perhaps that comes together. I'm not sure what Jack... I got some names mixed up. Dustin Vogelgesang. I'm sure there's going to be some disappointment.
Big hit.
Here we
Here's
go.
the physicality. Landon just throws them out.
And
now they're going to close it. What we said here, the Ponies got to be careful.
This is not what you want.
Tecito's back there. Landon's back there, all over the place. Now we got in front of the net. That's Leidy back out there again. There's a shot. And these two teams, the animosity comes. Leidy got his helmet ripped off, so we'll see what that happens in front of the net. Landon and Tecito behind the net. Leidy again, he just came off a bloody nose. He's now going to the penalty box. Nope, he's going to the gate. Oh, some words of wisdom there. You can see Leidy. Leidy's bleeding profusely from the nose right now. Probably from the last one.
And Tommy Lindberg had a few things to say as he went to the penalty box. But Mark, you were saying this is the last thing Greg Zanin wants to see from Stillwater, because you run the risk of losing players in what will be a big semifinal game against White Bear Lake.
For sure, and this is where, when you're a Ponies team right now, you know, as much as the adrenaline's pumping through your veins here, you got to be smart. Like Tecito came back in, again, great team play, comes in to support his player, but the Ponies can't lose Ty Tecito.
Right, because if I understand the rules correctly, if any of them were to get ejected or get hit with a misconduct penalty, they would be ineligible for the next game.
That's correct, yeah. So, now they're going to go on the power play here. There's a 1:37 to go. Well, I say power play. We'll see how this one comes out. Again, the referees, each time we've had a melee, what's that, the third time tonight, they've just called coincidental minors both ways. Safest way for the ref to call it.
To say, hey, knock it off and not lead to anything additional, but
really, you know,
wow,
the ref's making a mistake here too, right? You got a $1:37 to go. Escort the players to the dressing room. You know, you're going to miss the handshake, but you're also risking having another Donnybrook happen, because these two teams clearly have no love lost here for themselves. So the Raptors game, you got to give them credit tonight, though. I mean, again, I called the other games 6-1, 5-2.
Was there any inkling of this?
No, and you know, Hodgins, I think Lanahan played both those games, right? The other goaltender, Hodgins, was hurt. So he's been the difference tonight, probably, of why Eastridge is in it. But, again.
Just emotionally, though, nothing to suggest that we would see this.
No, for sure, I agree.
And, oh boy,
but
Tommy Lindberg, he's going to the locker room.
But really, if I'm Greg Zanin, you know, just send the guys to the box, send them to the dressing room.
Right, 1:37.
Let the clock tick
away. That's a 5-minute major on Lindberg. So if he was ejected, he would not be available for the White Bear Lake game.
So I don't think. Well, he's got a 5-minute major. So I think I think you saw Leidy's helmet come off. So the same thing Stouffer suffered. I'm guessing, I didn't see it on the replay. Maybe we can get a replay of it if the guys can pull it up for us. But I'm quite sure that Lindbergh's grabbed the face mask of Leidy. He rips his helmet off. Helmet came off, and that's when Leidy threw a punch at him. And again, the bloody nose or bloody lip from Blake Leidy. Got to give him credit though. He takes a shot down here, 7 minutes ago from Scusa, and another one. He's a gamer, not a big player either, but Leidy's a gamer for sure. But Tommy Anderson's just sitting down there going, are we done yet in the net? He's looking back at the thing, and as you said, Jack Hodgins, he's perplexed on the bench. I mean, he gave all he could tonight. 38 shots.
Game disqualification for the face mask.
So that's going to cost
So
Lindbergh.
he will not be available for the White Bear Lake game. Lindbergh disqualified.
So it's going to be interesting because I think the ref, I think he's called it wrong here on the PA announce. So he gave Stouffer a 5 and a 10. That's the call. It's a 5 and a 10. And if he got the same thing face mask, it's a 5 and a 10. It shouldn't be a game misconduct. So I think Lindbergh's going to be okay. But he did call game misconduct, and the call, it shouldn't be that. It's 5 and a 10.
So we'll have a lot to sort out. I know you'll be on the call for the semifinals. We'll have to sort all this out going into it. And what do you do for this final minute 37? Both teams bringing a lot of emotions here.
Well, if I'm Greg
How do you get through it?
If I'm Greg Zanin, the fourth line's coming out. First thing, fourth line's going to play the last minute and 37 seconds. And you're just trying to calm your team down. Like, he's done a good job back there. Both coaches are rather animated, but he knows his team's played a good hockey game tonight. He didn't probably expect this out of the Eastridge Raptors. For sure, he ran into a absolutely on-fire goaltender in Eastridge. And Tommy's 25 shots, 1 goal himself. So, I mean, both goalies have been great tonight. But there's Scusa. He looks and lines him up. There's no quit in the Ponies here. They do not want to go down lightly here. And I'm sure Zandon's saying, play a little softer. Rebound up front. Good try. Another save by Tommy Anderson. Stones Conan. What a great save.
4-on-4. Eastridge still has the extra attacker, and Nick Landon serving the penalty for the Raptors. So that's why you see the 4-on-4. Eastridge still has an empty net. I have seen a lot of strange occurrences all happen in this one game. Stillwater and Eastridge, not necessarily known as rivals in hockey. That could change after tonight.
For sure. And let's not underestimate that save that Tommy Anderson just made. I mean, that was right out front. Blake Conan's got it right in the garden path, and Anderson makes a great save. Or it's 3-2. Tell you what, we got a good hockey game tonight. I thought 5 minutes in we were going to have a bit of a, as we said, 6-1, 5-2 high-tip hockey game. Eastridge came to play.
We thought we were going to have an early night.
And the Ponies sent a message, both physically and in this game sheet. Here comes Briere. He'll get his goal.
Goodbye.
He could have had about 5 tonight. He gets his second one on the empty net.
There's the insurance Stillwater was looking for to cap off an insane game. The Ponies will advance to the semifinals. We'll have to see about the status of Tommy Lindbergh, who was given a 5-minute major. I heard the PA announcer say game disqualification.
He did. He absolutely said that.
So
but
we'll
the
have
rule,
to see if that is the case. Like, what were you going to say about the rule, though?
The rule's 5. The rule is 5 and 10. So if you grab a player's face mask. Now, he took the helmet off. I'm not sure that's a difference in the call, but Stouffer got the same call 5 minutes earlier. It was 5 and a 10. He was escorted off with 7:37 to go, so we'll see. But I hope Tommy Lindbergh's not going to be out of the next game. He's an important, valuable asset back there for the Ponies.
14 assists on the season entering this game. That is not a player you want to lose. And in my knowledge, what we saw tonight is something that the higher leagues have tried to tamp down on. And again, emotions get heated no matter the sport, but what a wild third period. And it all began, like you said, with Stouffer grabbed the face mask of Anderson, I think. And that is when the emotions started to boil over. I remember Grant Miller, he was drawing with an Eastridge player, and it just erupted. And I think these players
So it's interesting right now. You've got 4-on-4 hockey. I'm sure Hodgins will get pulled again. Gus Breguet is on the point for Eastridge. He's the leading penalty getter here and a senior. So I wonder if we got to watch for Breguet. Hodges is going to try to clear it out himself, and he gets it back out. Smart play by Roski. Just take it back, kill time.
For Greg Zenon, I think it's just get to this last minute. He wants to see zeros.
Dustin, nice play outside.
Stillwater looking for one more. A tense third period.
Smart play just to keep it outside there.
Just let time expire at this point. I don't think you need to do anything silly.
Yeah. And a classy play by the Ponies. They just, no need to score anymore.
The countdown is on.
Ponies will move on and take on the White Bear Lake Bears in the semifinal at Aldrich Arena. And for the Eastridge Raptors, the season comes to an end, but they were gamey tonight. They played a heck of a hockey game, and Jack Hodges had an awesome hockey game for the Raptors back in the net, and his players come back to him to console him.
4-1 the final, and I'm looking over at number 19, I think, Jack Tauscher. You can see the emotions that come when knowing your season's over.
That's John Kramer. That's the end of it. He's a senior, and that's what
Kramer,
happens.
okay.
That's what happens for these guys, right? It's
39, not 19.
You pour your heart into 4 years of high school hockey, and it has to come to an end for most point.
And there's the handshake line. Okay, we are going to have one. I was thinking, what's going to happen here? But a lot to unpack in this one. But even though Eastridge's season has come to an end, this could be the genesis of a new rivalry, perhaps, because these two teams, they'll meet again twice next year.
They'll meet twice next year for sure.
Mark and I will be back to wrap this up. Stillwater advancing to the Section 4-2A semifinals with a 4-1 win over Eastridge.
Dora knows better than anyone. The best place to explore is the forest.
Boots! She knows this monkey? Of course she knows this monkey.
Experience nature.
Let's go.
Connect with family.
I love you guys.
And find your own adventure in a forest or park near you.
Let's do this. Come on, Boots.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you.
Sure, yeah.
Mike Beaton and Mark Hodgins with you. Mark, at the start of the third period, we were discussing X's and O's. At the end of the third period, we got a lot more than that. Stillwater with a 4-1 win, but emotions just went up to 11. What would you make of what was a wild third period as Stillwater moves on?
Entertaining hockey for sure. So, I think the Ponies played a great game. They owned the first period. They owned the third period. They had the dominant chances up front. They could have had a lot more goals. The Eastridge goaltender was incredible tonight. But for the Ponies, they sent a message. They showed their physical presence. They showed their speed. They're going to be tough for any team they take on here in the 4AA sections.
If you're Greg Zenon, what do you tell your team? Because we'll have to see if Tommy Lindbergh can play in the semifinal round, but things got a little unraveled in that third period, and that can't happen against a team as composed as White Bear Lake.
Yeah, I like the spirit, though. I mean, I think at the end of the day, they're sticking up for their players. I know he's holding his breath as Ty Tessito and other players come in to join the melee, but at the end of the day, those players love each other. They're out there standing up for each other. I like the physical play. I thought in the first 5 or 6 minutes, Stillwater showed the dominance. They won the puck races, but the physical play was there. I'd say, guys, tone it down a hair, but bring a lot of that to the White Bear Lake Bears.
Find that balance. Stay physical, but not overdo it.
For sure. And now I think they are where they thought they would be. Now they've got eyes on the Bears, and they got eyes on a bigger prize. The Ponies got a deep team. 3 lines. That's not normal in high school hockey to go that deep. They got a strong goaltender. Tommy Anderson was very strong again tonight. I think they're a dangerous hockey club. I think they're going to be heard from.
Well, I know you'll be hearing more from them in the semifinal rounds at Aldrich, and I wish you luck as you get ready for what should be a high-octane affair on that semifinal venue, Aldrich Arena. And we want to thank all of you for watching the Section 4-2A quarterfinals here at the St. Croix Valley Rec Center. Stillwater beats Eastridge 4-1. They will play White Bear Lake in the semis, and of course the winner will have a chance to go to state. So for Mark Hodgins and the rest of the crew, I'm Mike Beaton. Thank you for watching live coverage of high school boys hockey on VAC TV.
Thank you for watching the Section 4AA Boys Hockey Quarterfinals on VAC TV. This event was sponsored by the Bayport American Legion and the River Dogs Catering and Event Services at the Bayport American Legion, and Pictures Over Stillwater.